So y'all forced me to come on live, huh? I asked the question. I was like, do we have to have a conversation about Gotti for me to cuss him out and call him an a-hole or jerk 98 times? Do we have to have a live? And everyone replied and said yes. So I feel like it's y'all fault that I'm around here on the live. Okay, look, this is not going to be long because it's gonna be so long that we can sit here and discuss this man and call him all the names that are not sayable at a children's school. Okay, but hello everyone. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee, this is Jaylee's Corner, and this is a quick little, just reading session of Jerk Gotti. Okay, because he was on Drink Champs, and I was like, for what, for who, for why? Okay, we'll have a quick conversation about him. Now, this is the thing. The only reason this live is later in the evening, okay, and was not early in the day, is because I had watched. Now, look, first of all, okay, y'all know first. Make sure that you've subscribed to my channel to become more JayBirds, okay? Follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and also on Twitter. Y'all know to like, comment, share, and subscribe, okay? Yes, I'm here. I just put my little sweatshirt on. Hey, how are everybody doing and stuff, okay? Popping off. Because I don't feel like I had no plans on being on camera today. Because y'all know tomorrow at 9 p.m. we'll be live to discuss Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Black Ink Crew Chicago, and Love and Hip Hop Miami. So that was the main reason I did not want to be on camera today, because I have to be on camera tomorrow. But Gotti and the JayBirds and the Kona have me out here in these streets, okay? But let's just go ahead and get into what we came here to get into. Hello to everyone here. Okay, that's right, for live. Thank y'all for being around here on the live. Isn't that man married? I don't think he's married now, but he was married then. Hey, Rain, that is my friend. Okay, hey, Rain. Hey, Irv wishes he would have tracked Ashanti back in the day. Now he's somewhere punching the air. I think he is as well. Okay. Yeah, I've watched Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I have to rewatch and take my notes, but I have not watched Black Ink Crew or the Miami show. I've just only watched the Atlanta one. But yeah, that's tomorrow at 9. Okay. All these shows came back on yesterday. Well, Love and Hip Hop came back yesterday. Because today is today Monday or Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Love and Hip Hop came back on Monday. Black Ink Crew came back on today. So I'm going to review all 3 shows in one live every Wednesday. Because I do not feel like having to piece them together. I don't want to do one by one. It's going to be nope. You're going to get them all together in one live and that's it. Okay, so it just started yesterday and today. But again, the live for that is tomorrow at 9 p.m. and it's already set on my channel. Okay, But back to Irv. So when when I can pop on, I can pop on. Because I was just sitting here, just without a shirt on. I'm like, Grandpa's the girl with a shirt on. You can't come on, you can't come in there in your bra. You can't do that. But the Irv Gotti Drink Champs episode is over 3 hours. Okay, it's over 3 hours. It's chaotic. You know what I'm saying? It's the definition of too damn much too soon for no damn reason. And I watched the whole thing. The first time, it took me a couple days to get through the whole thing. And I was disgusted. Okay, I was completely disgusted. I was completely aggravated with Irv Gotti. He is aggravating because it's like, are you stuck in the past? Now, I had watched it, took screen recordings of the parts of him speaking on Ashanti, pasted it together and everything. And the 2 times I, put up on YouTube to be sure it would not get flagged for copyright. Since it's from Drink Champs, it did not get flagged for copyright. What it kept getting flagged for was unsuitable. Okay, so that video is only available to the members, and it's not me talking, it's just Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. It's all the parts of him speak on Ashanti, and I kind of speeded it up so he sound funny. Okay, so that's only available to members because it got flagged. So I can't put it on here because my video didn't get flagged and I won't get paid. So I don't have time to not pay for stuff or not get paid for stuff. But I know what he said. Okay, and I was like, it's 2022. And in the interview he did, of course, it's him, Ja Rule, Noriega, and Old Boy, who is also the other host on Drink Champs. And the fact that within the first 5 or 7 minutes, oh, look at the watch. This is the watch. Guess who got me the watch? Ashanti got me this watch. I don't know, Sam. It's going to be on my DVR, but I don't know if I'm going to review it. I have to watch it and see. I'm to a point now where I don't review everything. It has to move me in order for me to review it. So I have no idea if I'm going to review it or not. But on the interview thing, I felt like he wore a watch that Ashanti got him had to be 10, 15 years ago. The fact that he wore a watch that she gave him, to me, meant, oh, he going there to cause drama. He's going there to be an asshole. He's not my here, y'all. He's not going there for anything besides trying to cause some stuff to be said about Ashanti that she then has to answer for and respond to. Because who wears a watch that somebody who they have not had a relationship with in, the past 15 years, who wears that watch on the show? Someone who was trying to cause foolish things to go on. And I was whatever. But it was the fact that out of the over 3-hour interview, I don't know why he kept speaking on her. Because again, he said how they do not see eye to eye. They do not fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she don't talk about you. Why do you keep bringing her up? Okay, and you look hurt. You look sad. Okay, he looks sad. Not right here, but in interview. Okay, I just felt like he was on some beat of the ass, and it made me mad. And Ja Rule, who was also sitting right there next to him, aggravated me because I felt like you could have easily said, why you keep talking about? Let's move on. It's so much that goes on with Murder Inc. So many of the artists, so many other things to talk about. To me, the fact that a good 30 or so minutes was spent on his old relationship with Ashanti 20 years ago, to me, was stupid. And the fact that Ja kept saying it, Maria kept saying it, like, you don't seem over, that was a long time ago. Maybe you should move on. And he kind of kept going back to it. And it was the fact that he kept calling her a bitch. It was how he was like, I'm not giving you back your masters. And I was like, it was aggravating. And so, because I wanted this kind of, because I had to piece together the parts of it or whatever, stupid. The watch was first. They then got into why he and her are no longer whatever. And it's like we knew when first of all, well, I'll say this. Irv did say that when he was dating her, he said they talked for like 2 years. And the time that they were together, he wasn't legally married, but he was separated, had moved out the house. So he wasn't like actively like cheating on his wife within the same household. They were separated or whatever. He said she knew that at that point in time. He also said, but she would never admit to being with him because she's afraid of the stigma it might put on. I'm like, first of all, we all already knew that y'all messed around. I think the reason she don't want to discuss it now is because it's from 20 years ago. There's no point in having a conversation now. That's stupid. It doesn't make any sense, okay? And just the amount of emotion he had. Yeah, she would never come on here. We tried to get her on the documentary. We asked her 3 separate times, and she kept saying no, 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 no. Because look at how you talk about her. Look at what you say about her, and you can't wrap up the girl you fucking love. Is fucking with Nelly. You know what I'm saying? You can't wrap that up in the other shit you say, because you can't say how much you love and care for her, but she's also, bitch, this. I was like, who? And it wasn't until like the 3rd time of him calling her a bitch that Jai then saying, man, you can't call her a bitch. I was like, no, the first time he called her a bitch was the time to say, hey, man, don't call her. And the fact that the other men in the room, a lot like this, I was like, what the fuck? John, you have a whole wife and daughters. I never understand. And I think this Irv might have a daughter. I don't know. My point is, I never get how anyone sits and allows someone to disrespect somebody they know. I don't get it. Because Ja is cool with Ashanti. They be on tour dates and shit together. And we never see Irv because Irv's an asshole. A complete asshole. And from the get-go, I was like, the fact that you're not even bragging, when you're bragging and complaining about fucking Ashanti, and like Fat Joe said, like, I didn't need to know that. Like, that was not something that needed to be discussed. Ashanti fucking with Irv Gotti don't mean shit in real life, especially 20 years later. It doesn't matter. And then for him to complain about, oh yeah, I found out that they was fucking around when I was at home alone, dolo solo, and I was right here watching whatever sports channel, whatever. And that's how I was like, who cares? And, oh, she's walking in with Nelly. So you had a wife. A whole wife, sir. Whole wife. So you can't make it seem like, oh my God, I cannot believe she was cheating on me. I had no idea. Well, guess what? Move on. If you had not moved on from that in 20 years, you want some bullshit. Now, he got into the whole thing about how she said she didn't want to, throw up the whatever they sign was for Martin. She ain't want to do that no more because she got Ashanti back then was like 20, 21, maybe 22. And she was a sheltered ass girl. So when Irv Gotti ass was indicted by the feds for I think it was money laundering or whatever, she said, not on my damn watch. No. She said no. Okay, no. And she walked away. And I'm like, she should have. Sometimes us young women, we find it. I used to love Master P. I'm like, that was a crazy drug dealers who wasn't that cute back then. But sometimes powerful men who's a little bit gangster is attractive. Even if they're not really that attractive, it's attractive. So I'm like, whatever. She left you alone. And now you mad 20 years later. And I'm like, when he was like, yeah, she was singing the song, and they're like, nigga, it was songs. Her singing, Murder Inc. Till I Die, it was a song. When he then talked about, oh yeah, and happy the song came about after we had sex, I was like, why is this the conversation? Why? For what? What does this help prove? You could have easily said, We were hanging out, having a good time, and our creative juices was flowing. And I came up with the beat for Happy. But no, you had to say, oh, after we had sex, you know what I'm saying? She in the whatever room and I'm in the shower. I come up with the beat. Boom, boom, boom. We get to the studio. And now, like, I want, he made it seem like their sex life was so amazing. She made, I'm so happy, babe. No, sir, no. If you made the beat and she wrote whatever else, it was the clap. Fact, y'all made good music. So did Ike and Tina. Separates. Okay. It's like it just aggravates my spirit that he kept going about the thing like he did. I was like, what the fuck? And I look, I have not seen any of y'all comments because I'm trying to get my rant out and I'll come back through. But again, it is aggravating me. It's like it's stupid to because after sex, you know what I'm saying? You're just so creative, you know what I'm saying? And I can't live with the beat. And I was like, so what? I'm so happy, baby. It's okay, we love that song Happy. Okay. But the way he go about talking about their connection comes from a place of I'm just still sad. And that's what it was. See, I'm just saying. And I don't have any issue with Earth saying, like, I helped create some of the best records that she had. I get that. That's fine. You're a producer. You supposed to produce. What you're not supposed to do is 20 years later be on the goddamn Drink Champs and have so much of the conversation be strictly about Ashanti. That's what's crazy. And I just did not like it. The bitches. And I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? How was we doing this? It makes no sense. It's stupid. And again, Noriega, who's asking the questions, and they drinking, they smoking or whatever. And Nori asked, I'm like, what? Is no one thinking to say? At one point, the other guy, whose name I do not know, was like, didn't we move on with Ashanti? How do we get back to Ashanti? Because it is nigga right here, him, this one right here. He kept bringing the conversation back to Ashanti. He did that, okay? And he was bringing up how, we could have had anybody on this, what song was she on? Always on Time. We could have had anybody on the Big Pun record because people were coming to Irv to get songs made. And because, as he said, Ashanti was what they called back then a studio rat. I mean, you just stay in the studio and you get on whatever tracks. And I almost took that as a diss, but I then did not, because I'm like, I do think they called that for anyone who was always hanging around the studio. Okay. Now, he bring up how we could have had anybody on the records, anyone, but no. Let's put Shani on it. Well, then she paid her dues. Because she sat around the whole time and did her job. So the fact that y'all could, when this fool said we could have put Jay, I said, look, to try to say, oh, we could have put J-Lo on this or that. No, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. Because J-Lo was copying Ashanti. Ashanti was doing some of her vocals. I was like, the hell? What you mean? So it was just the stupidity coming out of his mouth, dissing Ashanti. And Ja, who kept, I'm in the middle. I wasn't there. I don't know. And to a certain extent, Ja has the right to say, I don't know what happened with them personally because I wasn't there for that. I was not in their relationships. I don't know the private conversation. I don't know any of that. But I'm like, but sitting here, the most Ja kept saying to stay neutral is, he has his side and she has her side. This is Irv's side. This is what he's saying. This is his point of view. No, nigga, say, just stop talking about it, bro. Stop. Cut it out. We don't need to. I really did not need to hear anything about him and Ashanti at all. This did not. And it was just the way he was in complaining because, Ashanti wanted to do her album so that she could get more money from the sales of it. He like, no, I'm not giving you your masters. I'm not going to give you your stems. Meaning I won't give you the production stuff that will help you have the music that you did. I won't do that because then you can remake your shit and I won't get paid. And when he then said, what about the producers? What about, the artists can tour for years with this music and keep making money touring with the music. What about the producers who help them do whatever? This is how we get paid. And I'm like, nigga, you've been getting paid off Ashanti for 20 damn years. If after 20 years of getting paid off her, she should be able to get her master's. 20 years? 20 years? Nigga. Negro. And so he really do not want to give her that. And his explanation, well, I only own like 20 people's masters. Unlike other folk from record labels who own hundreds of people's masters. It doesn't matter. If you only have 20 people, that's your fault, not hers. And she wants her masters. Give it. But he said, no, she can't have it. No, and the answer is no. And then we got into the conversation of them not talking anymore. Because of that case he had for money laundering back in the day. And, she felt like she kept crying to me saying that, they told her that, I'm going to get life. And she was so upset. And he then said she listened to whoever. I said, nigga, the lawyers told her that. I thought he was going to jail too. And Josh said one thing that I was like, at least he knew. He said Ashanti wasn't about that life. That ain't why she got into this. So she left when things got too harsh for her. The same way J-Lo stopped fucking with Puffy after that gun charge in the car case happened. I remember. Okay, I'm old enough to know. But he said, she said she didn't want to do this no more. He then said, and what happened? Not guilty, bitch. I'm not guilty, bitch. I told you, bitch. I said, nigga, you really? And he's talking, and all the guys are kind of quiet because it's like, are you calling Ashanti a bitch? He's calling Ashanti a bitch. I was like, yes. Why isn't someone talking to him about this? And Ja eventually did say, saying don't stop calling people bitches. But I also feel like that may have been, we said it about J-Lo. Because they asked him about, how J-Lo used to be around him. Are you Ellie? You know what I'm saying? Back, you know what I'm saying? Was it, I miss so many. Ain't nothing. I love the song. What is it called? Oh, it's called I'm Real. But again, Irv then said, well, I fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? I fucked that up. Because she did an interview, J-Lo did an interview with whoever, and J-Lo would give quotes about other people, including Irv Gotti. And he was already pissed at somebody else. This is when he was doing drugs. He was on drugs back then or whatever. And he would be spazzing. And a interviewer called him with a quote from J-Lo. Like, yeah, J-Lo said, what the fuck you want? And you're like, okay, well, let me ask you. J-Lo said that the song, whatever song she had that was about, we thought it was about Puff. I can't think what the name of the song is or whatever. She said it's not about Puff, and you know that. And he said, my reply was, the bitch is lying. So he called J-Lo a lying bitch to whatever magazine they called him for a quote, which J-Lo found out about, which pissed her off. Because why am I a lying bitch? And even if the song is about Puff, and I'm saying it isn't, right, ain't it funny? Ain't it funny? Yeah, that song. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That Ashanti was also in. Ain't it funny? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I told them it's not about Puff, why would you then say I'm a lying bitch? So he admitted, I fucked up with J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? That was all my fault. But I didn't fuck up with Ashanti. Ashanti fucked up because Ashanti stopped being down for the murder. I was like, niggas, what? What? Again, he's a pussy. He's an asshole, okay? And the fact that the damn clips that I put together, I uploaded it twice. And I made it to where the voices were distorted and everything. Let me see.
No, you know so dope about this watch? Ashanti bought me this watch. I'm 20 years deep and more.
So yeah, I made a whole video, cut it up, changed the voices because you know how copyright go, copyright. And I did that to get away with doing that. And it kept getting flagged for, because of what was said.
But outside looking in, nonetheless, right?
Let me see. I'm trying to get to a different part.
But we just...
Okay. This might be okay.
Change lives forever. Love Ashanti. No, that's dope. Because, that was immediate something that I noticed when I watched Ashanti's Walk of Fame. I immediately said, "Where's Gotti? Mr. Lorenzo's not there." Yeah. What? And I felt like he was a hater. I kind of did. I'm not a hater. I'm not invited to those things. With me and her ain't like, you know what I'm saying? We don't get along. You gotta go. I mean, I felt like me looking for the outside looking in. That's the inside. That's the outside. But the outside looking in, nonetheless, right? Okay. I'm never a hater. No. So everyone out there, remove. I am never a hater. Yeah. Me and Ashanti created and made history. Right. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. But I don't see eye to eye with her anymore. When we did the doc.
So again, okay, took my time and pulled all the parts out that, of him talking about her, but it kept getting flagged because what he's saying is that crazy that YouTube won't allow it. Won't allow the ads. Okay, and I was like, it's crazy to me that he just talks about her in that way. And the fact that Ja allowed it to go on. Now we do know that what's that man's name? Fat Joe. Fat Joe was on his YouTube, not YouTube, it's his IG. And he was like, it was some, Irv is pussy. You know what I'm saying? Irv was a sucker for talking about her in that way. You know what I'm saying? He was. And even though Irv responded back on whatever radio show today, saying that, Fat Joe was, he isn't my friend, no, he is. He is. Did he discuss anything else? He did, but he kept going back to Ashanti. He discussed other things. He discussed Jay-Z, wondering if DMX was better than him. It was other stuff as well, but people's issue was the most controversial. The thing he kept going back to, was him and Ashanti. It was the fact that he kept calling her out her name. It was the fact that he can say that he messed up with J-Lo, but not Ashanti. It was like, oh my God, oh my God. It just started to stop. So I feel like he's a jerk. He's a complete jerk. And Nora was like, I don't think you're over it. Like, yes, it was 20 years ago. I don't think you're over it. And then when they asked him if he ever sees photos of Ashanti and, like, oh, wow. He said, well, no, because the chicks I'm with now, my girlfriends are, in their 20s and they're bad bitches or whatever. And I was like, sir, first of all, you too old to have 20-year-old girlfriends. I'm just saying, okay? But Ashanti looked like a 20-year-old bad chick anyway. She don't look her age. Well, nobody really doing it these days. But Ashanti looks good anyway. So the amount of time, in my opinion, that he took to kind of to diss her and to talk negatively about her was stupid. Crazy. Ridiculous. And I think I said to him, I'm like, men sitting around why a man is disrespectful to a woman and like they just kind of chit chat about it is stupid to me. And I know, people do have the right to tell their story, but what you and Ashanti had was no one's business. Especially if you feel like, because this is the thing, he's saying he don't even care that the relationship ended. He didn't really care that, she was dating Nelly. Even though he said he did not know she was dating him because him and her were together for like 2 years, except the time when she got with Nelly. So him even trying to diss her and Nelly was like, we knew about Shanti and Nelly. We knew about that. Okay? And you acting like a little punk ass bitch. But his issue was she will not participate in Murder Inc. stuff. She like, I won't do the documentary. I don't want to do a tour. But look why. Because you were just there you were on there to discuss the documentary and Tales, which is back on BT. And you wrapped all that up into the shit between you and Ashanti, kept connecting y'all personal dating relationship, saying how much she benefited from being with you, kind of discrediting her because again, she got the best of the best. Was put on records, but she did Ashanti was a talented girl back then. You know what I'm saying? She was on everything. We loved her sound. So as much as you want to make it seem as if, it's because she was with me, no, it's because she was talented, but she was also with you. Because if she wasn't talented, she wants to be selling out shows now, 20 years later. And to complain about, she won't do stuff with Murder Inc. anymore. She won't be down with Murder Inc. anymore. She won't throw up whatever the little sign is. And you wrap all that up into, we were fucking. We were together for 2 years. I found out about her and Nelly on television. You were connecting personal shit to business shit. And that's how you know you a sucker. Because that's some sucker shit. All up and through. And yeah, I think her and Ja have a show coming up. But the crazy part is her and Nelly, because I think Nelly had a show. Nelly brought her out like a day or two after this interview aired. And they was thinking, and Nelly said when she was done, I got 2 courtside seats to the next game. Ha ha, right. Ha 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 ha. Because your ex-dude trying to talk shit about me and you as if we were not in a whole. Nelly and Ashanti were together for like a good 5 to 10 years. They was for a while. You and Ashanti, as he said, dated for about 2 years. It wasn't public knowledge. But it was always speculation. And again, you gotta remember, back then we did not have social media. So it's not the same as it is now. So where if somebody's fucking around, you kind of know, because we didn't have that back then. You had to be in the circle of them to know what was going on and they were messing around. So there was always rumblings here, there, or whatever about them messing around. But then she got with Nelly. So that whole, no one discussed Irv and Ashanti. Plus, Irv had a wife. Okay? So I was like, sir, get out my face. Get out my face. Irv ain't shit. Irv wants this notion of, I'm not a liar. I don't have to lie. No one feels that you're lying. What we feel is still some sucker shit. You dick telling for no reason because your feelings hurt over 20 years later. And while he admitted that then when they first broke up, it affected him, it still does to this day because you still speak from a place of sounding hurt. Period. And he irks my nerves. I can't stand Irv now. I can't. I don't like when men. It's just rude and disrespectful to women for no clear reason. And again, for him to say, because when Noriega said, maybe we can get her on Drink Champs, and he said, okay, do that. And why she lies? She's gonna lie because she'll never admit that she loved me. She'll never admit that we were together. So she'll get here and she'll dance around the conversation and she'll lie. She don't have to answer about you. That's probably the main reason she did not want to do the documentary, because she knew you would bring that shit up and they would ask her if she does not want to have that conversation. And she shouldn't have to. If she made a choice to walk away from Murder Inc. when your ass was being indicted on federal money laundering charges, if she walked away then fine. Who cares? Leave it be. But dragging this out all this time later, making it seem, I can't believe, I don't care about that, but I could never forgive. We were family. We made you. Me and Jai, we made whatever. Thank you, Claude, that's for the super sticker, for the role. Thank you very much. But him saying how him and Ja Rule made her. Look, we can't deny that when we thought of Murder Inc., we thought of Ja Rule, Ashanti, Irv Gotti, Vita at one point, Charlie Waterboy at one point. You know what I'm saying? We did think about certain folk, mainly Ja Rule and Ashanti, and of course Irv Gotti. So we're not saying that you did not help create her sound or help create her success in music based on you producing the records, but that you don't own her. You don't own her. And you speaking about your private sexual relationship, in my opinion, was to kind of slut shame her, because for a fact people knew you were married back then. So confirming that y'all were having a full-on sexual relationship would make folk look at her as if, oh, you was fucking a married man. So you're also embarrassing her for what she did in her 20s. As I've always said, we do dumb shit in our 20s, but we grow up. Okay, but we grow up. We have not heard of Ashanti dating anybody since Irv who had a wife. So you bringing up your sexual history, in my opinion, was a way to punish her, because you knew how uncomfortable it would make her having to hear that and have those conversations. Because you also know that when she do interviews, they're going to probably try to ask her, so Irv was on the Drink Champs and said A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. What do you think? What do you think? And she has to either deny or avoid or dance around. You know what I'm saying? So you put her in a position to have to still deal with what it was from then, because you're pissed that she don't want to fuck with you no more. Move on. Move on. Irv, let's see. Irv was 31 years old when he met Ashanti. It was too long ago. It was too damn long ago. It was so long ago that it shouldn't matter at all. At all. At all. That should not be part of the conference. The fact that you were on there for over 3 hours, and the main part that everyone remembers is the numerous times you spoke about Ashanti in a negative way, being an asshole jerk around here. No one likes it. No one likes it. No, I don't agree. Not at all. No. J-Lo got more famous because of her connections. Singing wise, because Ashanti is a singer. Ashanti is a singer. Okay. Comparing Ashanti and J-Lo, singing wise, Ashanti is more talented. Period. That's it. Okay. Right. That's a hell of a no. It's like, no. Ashanti is right. Ashanti wrote most of J-Lo's songs. J-Lo got more popular. J-Lo got more famous because of her connections. That's it. That's what it is. But J-Lo was not more talented as a singer than Ashanti. We can't compare them as actresses because J-Lo's an actress. That's separate. So, those two different realms. In the music realm, Ashanti is more talented than J-Lo, hands down, point blank, period. Yes, I do feel like he's trying to slander her name. Because he's pissed. He's pissed. And he's talking as if, she wants her masters. No, how do I get paid? You've been getting paid for 20 years. 20 years. So, we're going to end it here because we said fuck Irv as many times as we could. And I want to get off to, go to sleep, get some rest, and come back tomorrow for some Love and Hip Hop and Black Ink Crew. Tomorrow at 9 p.m., we're going to talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Miami, and then also Black Ink Crew Chicago. Okay. But Irv is an asshole. Point blank, period. Okay. Thank you, Kia Bell, for the super chat. She doesn't mess with Irv. Ashanti had just performed with Ja Rule, Vita, Lloyd, and Nelly. She was just young and dumb. Yes. When she messed with Irv, when she knew better, she moved on. And that's the thing. Ashanti grew up. She grew up. Period. And I think that's why she's also smart enough now to know that I'm not even going to feed into that shit. I'm not going to feed into it. Period. It does not matter if you say, well, she wasn't the woman who ended my marriage. I know 3 other girls who did, but it wasn't Ashanti. That doesn't matter. He spoke on Lloyd too. When they asked, what happened with Lloyd, and he said he was upset because Lloyd was in like a G-Unit video or something. Because Lloyd used to be down with them too. People don't fuck with Irv. That's what it is. And it's like, sir, you on bullshit. You're on bullshit. You were upset because the fact that back then you were dating young 20-year-old women, and now in your 50s, you're still dating young 20-year-old women. I feel like anyone who gets older and wants to date people so young, it's because you feel like you can get more shit over on them. That's really what it is. And I also seen him on a video, an interview, where they asked him, like, you kept talking about Ashanti. He said, because I'm a master at, promotion and marketing. Meaning he purposely used Ashanti and whatever it was they had back in the day to promote the Murder Inc. documentary. Because if I keep saying all throughout the interview on the Murder Inc. documentary, we talk about it more. But Ashanti isn't there. So nothing you say I care about. Because there was a way to, you could have fully promoted the documentary without, in my opinion, bringing up your personal stuff. When he said after we had sex, and sex after sex, that you get real creative. Once he got into that conversation, I'm like, oh, okay, you're doing too damn much. You're doing too much. Period. And again, the fact that he was saying, I did fuck up with J-Lo in our friendship, but I refuse to say I fucked up with Ashanti. It's on Ashanti because Ashanti chose to no longer deal with me. Negro, you was on the court dockets for federal money laundering, was facing years upon years in prison, and she was a young woman in her early 20s. That shit's scary. So the fact that you can get as an older man, that she made a decision that she did not want to be tied down to someone going to prison, who also had a wife. She got smart and she walked away. And for you to keep holding on to that, I can't believe we're family. Look how you treat her. Look how you talk about her. Look how you do that. And again, Ja, who sat there, said, I'm Switzerland. I'm neutral. It's her side and it's his side. I'm only in the middle because of how close I am with the both of them. It's on bullshit. It's on bullshit. Ja could have easily said, look, okay, you said your piece. Y'all don't rock with each other, whatever. Let's not get back into Ashanti. Because he kept going back around to Ashanti. Going back around to Ashanti. Going back around into Ashanti. And I was like, I don't like it. It was on bullshit. That's on him. Move on. But I mean, that's what it was, y'all. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation, okay, about this Negro here, okay, and the foolishness that he put us through on Drink Champs. Okay, if you have not seen the full 3 hours of shit, okay, the video is for my members. It's up now. I will put it public. I don't know, either sometime tomorrow. What's today? It's Tuesday. Maybe sometime tomorrow. Okay. I just had to cut it up. You know what I'm saying? It's a chipmunk voice or whatever. It's cool. But because, you know what I'm saying, YouTube kept flagging it because it's inappropriate. Okay. He curses so much and the conversation has too many curse words for them to allow that to be monetized. And so I don't have time to not get paid for my work. So again, it's up for members right now. I'll put it public tomorrow. Ain't a big deal. But I wanted to have a conversation with y'all tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow for the review of Love Hip Hop Atlanta, Black Ink Crew, and Love and Hip Hop Miami. We can key about this, and I know it's gonna be some foolishness, okay, some outfits that's crazy, but nonetheless, I want y'all all to be good, be safe, be happy, okay, be happy, okay, be happy that you're not around here having to deal with Irv being your ex, okay. Good night, good luck, and happy dreams, people. Bye.